Hey everybody, welcome back. Today on Tragedy Strikes, we're going to work on getting our bean field harvested. Hoping to get about 15. I'd love to get 20,000 liters. I just don't see that happening. But 15 would be great. If we could get that, it would be a wonderful day. So, I just kind of already started the headlands here. I'm going to go ahead and finish one lap around the field just so that I have a little bit of space to turn around. Maybe I might head back for a second lap because I've got a bit of a tight spot that in order to maneuver I might have to do a second run. So what else are we doing today? Well, I do have to cut the grass for the final time of the year, and then we will need to get it tedded and cleaned up. Now, what are we gonna do with our grass? Like I wound up pulling 2 grass bales off by accident over the course of the year. And while I would love to just simply wrap them, it's not worth the investment in a wrapper just for 2 bales. So I either need to bale this entire field as grass so that when a wrapper comes up for sale, we can just purchase it. I haven't done grass or silage in this playthrough for a reason, because Grandpa didn't have a clamp, and wrappers are expensive, but we have a little bit of money saved up. We could actually buy one outright if we wanted to. I don't want to spend that kind of money though, because purchasing one outright is akin to saying we're willing to put off one of our other much bigger goals, and I'm not willing to do that. I am willing to continue to TED though, because we have a tedder that's fully paid off, and we can go ahead and just use that, because the hay prices aren't, well, they're not great, they're not terrible, and we could just sell it as hay if we get too much. I think that would be much more reasonable of a thing to do. Now, we are, like I said, we're just harvesting our beans, just trying to, get another cash crop so that we have something to sell. Obviously, we're gonna have a lot of other things in order to sell, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna hire a worker, and we're just gonna go ahead and let them work on this so that we can put our focus elsewhere. We have horses to take care of. And yes, I know that my horses, only one has been named, and by the time you see this episode, we'll have already gone through the episode where I asked for somebody to help me name our horse. And while this episode, you won't see that horse named. It'll eventually happen. So let's go ahead and see how these guys are doing. All right, let's hope that we can. Oh, I didn't jump over the fence in time. There we go. Yeah, so this field here, I did not plant it. I did plant that one as barley. That's fine. What I was thinking is, so I want to purchase this little bit of land here. This wasn't one of the properties that my grandfather had considered buying, but it's definitely on my list of ones to watch. And the reason is because I can increase the size of the field, and that's all fine and everything. But the other reason is because it does have this little bit of space up here, which I don't think I would. I don't think I'd make it into a field. I think this would be a prime location to maybe put our own sawmill. But more than that, I do want to get a hops greenhouse in place, and I'm thinking up here on this ledge, and then that way I can actually expand that field out this way, and that will be where we plant oats in the spring, and then this field here will come back this way, going towards this field here. So we're gonna hopefully be able to purchase this in January, and then I want to get all these like tiny little trees cleared out and put into a get them placed somewhere in a facility for like just to get them going in a sawmill. And our own sawmill, we're only going to be using that, I think, initially with treetops, but maybe we'll do full-on trees, and that actually makes a lot of sense. So yeah, see how our horse riding's going. It appears that I like to run into walls, but so what we'll do is we'll get Felicia back in her pen, and then we'll go over, and that should be about time for our harvester. Yeah, it's at. What we'll do is we'll just go ahead and pull up alongside our harvester. Hopefully we'll be able to empty it, and then we'll let it go and continue on with running all on its own. Hopefully we can just get it emptied. And we'll go back and we'll ride our other horse. Alright, so this will empty out. That'll be fine. And let's go ahead. We'll head back over here and we'll get on Mufasa, and we will make sure Mufasa's taken care of. So while that's going, and while we're riding Mufasa, I thought it would be a good time to also just kind of do some of our other, figuring out what we've got going on. I've only got a little bit of wool that can go into the Granny's knitwear, so we're not going to worry about the wool, but we are going to, like I said, I can't wait to expand this field, and it doesn't have to be a huge field, but and maybe we look into adding multiple fields. I don't know. I mean, that's a question for that's a question for later, Graybeard. Future Graybeard will think about that, but I do want to actually increase the size of this field. I actually want it to run straight over to that bluff of stone all the way back. So I want to make this entire section a new field, and that I think will be an amazing field because every other year it's going to be barley. So it's going to go beans, barley, beans, barley. So that's going to be just a massive field, and I can't wait for that. And even if we just take and make that field up front, you know, even if we bring this field here just up to maybe like this hill, that's still a really good sized field, and it can go all the way up to here because we will have our access point. I kind of want to make our access drive right through here. The back side of our sheep pen basically would be where we would access through. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking for our plan. And even if I want to push this field all the way over, I mean, I could, but I don't know if I'm going to, just because that's a lot of field. Yeah, but I think that's probably enough to be getting along with. And let's go ahead and we'll clean up our horses here. We gotta brush them off, make them look nice and clean again. Yeah, they're happy. So yeah, I do hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll finish up this little bit of beans off camera. There's only about probably 3,500 liters left here, and we'll go ahead and get this planted into barley off camera as well, because you guys don't need to see that. Probably the next time you guys see what we're doing will be I want to say will probably be January, when we're prepping out to sell everything. So we will go ahead and get all this stuff done off camera, just because it's all boring. No one wants to sit there and watch me, you know, finish doing this field. And I think that will just give us a good opportunity to kind of get some work done off camera. And like I said, once January hits and we've sold everything, we're going to jump right into buying that field. I am going to watch the sales market, because you never know what we find. I wouldn't mind getting a grain truck, you know, even a single body tipper trailer on a truck. That gives us options as far as we could actually, what I like about that idea is we could possibly make a tipper truck that also has a water tank accessible to it. So that's something I've thought about doing, just because it would be nice. It would be nice to not have a tanker trailer to have to go and hook up and then haul that back and forth. It'd be much quicker to just have a tanker truck. So that's another thing that I'm kind of interested in getting. I don't think that we're going to worry any further about other production, or not productions, but other items that we want to put into play, as far as we're not going to do cotton. At least I don't think we're going to do cotton. I also don't believe we're going to do, you know, beets or potatoes, just because I hate planting potatoes. I saw YouTube on it. Doesn't look fun. So I just decided I hate it. Plus the infrastructure needed is not cheap. So, yeah. So with that in mind, guys, I just want to tell you guys thank you for watching, and I hope you guys come back and see what we do next time on Grandpa's Old Farm here. It's Graybeard Gaming, and you've been watching Tragedy Strikes. See you next time.